Welcome to WCTV. My name is Emily Kratzer. I'm one of the volunteers with the all-volunteer public access TV station based in the town hall at Washington Township. Today coming to you from Westwood Regional High School in Washington Township. We want to encourage people to follow our shows and enjoy our interview today with students who are performing in the show Our Town. So let me introduce folks. This is Alexa, Daniel, and Isabel, and they're going to tell us a little bit about their roles with their production. The show, by the way, is going to be November 11th, 12, and 13 here at the school at Campbell Auditorium. So let's see here. Take it away. Alexa, tell us a little more about yourself and the role that you'll be playing in the show.
Hi, I'm Alexa Burke. I play Emily Webb in the show. She's a shy character, but she's very academically driven, and she likes school, she likes learning, and I kind of relate to that myself. I kind of like learning and like school, and I look to increase my intellectual knowledge, so that's a similarity between us.
Very good. Have you done any performing before, JPAC or Woodies or anything like that?
I started doing productions in 8th grade with the Woodington Players. I didn't do anything before that.
Do you want to continue with theater in college?
I do. I might not major in it, but I definitely want to do either a club or minoring in it, and this is something that I kind of want to do as a career too. So
yeah, where do you want to go to college?
I'm looking at schools in the New York, Boston area, just like in the Northeast, but no particular schools set right now.
Yeah, that's right. You got a little bit of time yet, right?
Yeah.
Any thoughts now about a long-term career?
Definitely acting is my, I guess, dream career, but I'm looking to major in possibly biochemistry, just to have a stable income, and also I'm very interested in biology and chemistry. They're one of my favorite subjects.
I think there's some parents who are going to love hearing that phrase, stable income.
Yeah.
Okay, how does this theater experience help you, though, in the larger parts of your life?
I think there's a lot with acting, I think that you have to take experiences that you have from your life to make your acting more realistic, and I think in turn you can take things when you're performing, either with working at as a group or working under pressure, or even just having different perspectives with different characters. You can take all of those things, and you can kind of just apply it to your own life too.
Very good. Thank you for your comments, Alexa. I appreciate it.
Thank
Let's
you.
go to Daniel here. And I'm going to go with the questions backwards. So how does theater experience help you in other parts of your life?
Well, yeah, I mean, just like Alexa said about applying it to your own life, it's really it takes a big part of your life and how it shapes who you are. When I first came in 3 years ago, I was really shy. I would probably say I was a very introverted person. I could not really engage, I guess, a lot. But when joining theater, it allowed me to gain confidence in myself, gain confidence in who I am, and by just speaking.
Yeah, getting over that stage fright and learning that you and the audience can have fun together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Him saying he's an introvert. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to go on with theater in college, or where would you like to go to college?
Oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing theater in college. It's not a definite, but I would definitely enjoy doing it. I mean, I'm looking at colleges all over Virginia, Illinois, Pennsylvania, so we'll see where I end up. So.
Different commute than coming to Westwood.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty far, yeah.
Do you have a favorite style of theater that you like?
Yeah, I definitely like traditional musical Broadway shows. My favorite shows are like Phantom of the Opera and Les Miserables. So definitely those old classical ones.
Yeah, there you go. Have you done other performing here? Yes, duh. How many times have we had Daniel on in the studio? Okay, go for it. Other things you've done?
I mean, first year, my best show I would say was Spelling Bee. I love that show.
That was good.
The cast was awesome. The music was great. Definitely my favorite show. Sophomore year, Peter and Starcatcher, and then obviously Cinderella, which unfortunately did not happen. But then this year, Our Town, I'm really looking forward to it.
Excellent. What role are you playing?
I'm Doc Gibbs.
Doc Gibbs.
Doc Gibbs, yeah.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Doc.
Thank you.
Very good. Now let's pass the mic over to Isabel. Isabel, introduce yourself a little more and tell us about the role you're going to be playing in the show.
Hi, I'm Isabel.
Last name?
Isolda Fabio. I am a senior in high school right now, and I will be playing Mrs. Gibbs, who is Doc Gibbs' wife and Emily Webb's mother-in-law. Her character is just a very loving mother. I think she goes a little underappreciated in her family sometimes, but at the end of the day, all she wants to do is provide a good life for her kids and her husband.
Very good. Have you done any other shows with the Woodies or JPAC?
I have. I did JPAC all through middle school, and then I've been in the Woodies for 5 years now, including my 8th grade year. Biggest roles were probably Smee and Peter and the Starcatcher, and then the Harold and Cinderella, which again, unfortunately didn't happen, but yeah, both of those were my sophomore year.
Yeah, very good. Do you have a favorite style of theater?
I definitely like dramas the best. I really like things that have a deeper meaning to them. I find a lot of interest in shows that really can make you think or change the way that you feel, and I really love dramatic theater because that, it helps you to do that.
Absolutely. Like you said, it makes you think. What college? Plan to do theater in college?
I love theater. However, I think I'm going to be majoring in computer science in college, probably into game development, because one of the things I loved about theater so much was the ability to tell stories, and I feel like game development combines that two aspects of my life that I really love, which is computers and being able to tell stories. That's one of my favorite parts about acting.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can be a fiction writer and make it very interactive. Yeah, excellent. Very good. Now, so I think we already answered the other question I have is how the theater experience helps you in other parts of your life. You can integrate the whole thing.
Yeah. A lot of things in theater carry on into different parts of your life. I mean, I take what I learn here, like learning about different cultures, different accents, or just learning about different time periods have helped me get through school sometimes, But and also the people you meet here, like the family, we're a family here. Like everybody loves each other. It's just the friends you make and, the stuff you learn, it really carries on into the rest of your life.
I think that's one of the wonderful things the extracurriculars bring to high school experience, whether it's theater, whether it's music, whether it's the athletics. It's that sense of cohesion and a common interest where you're not sitting in a classroom, that kind of thing. But you build that bond. That's super. Appreciate your talking with us. We're going to bring in 3 more people to talk with here in a second. So again, thank you, and we'll see you on stage next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We're continuing our discussion with some of the Woodies at Westwood Regional High School here, and we're going to talk about the play Our Town. Continue to talk about the play Our Town. I'd like to introduce Taylor. Go ahead and give us your full name and what you're doing here in the show.
My name is Taylor Moses. I play the stage manager of the show, which really acts as the narrator of the entire story.
Yeah, you've got you are the one that moves the story along, right?
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. Control. Okay. So, have you done other performances before, JPAC or Woodies or anything?
Yes, I did JPAC in the 7th grade, and then in the 8th grade I took a little break, I guess you could say, and then I was back at it again in freshman year.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah.
And perhaps we should point out JPAC is Junior Performing Arts Club, and currently at Westwood Regional Middle School. So, hey, everybody out there, get started early. Okay. Do you have a favorite style of theater when you go out to a show?
I prefer dramas. A lot of people like comedies and things, and of course I love a good comedic relief every once in a while, but I really like shows that have a lot of meaning and depth to them. I enjoy them.
Yeah, there you go. And do you want to continue with theater when you finally get to college? What year are you?
I'm a junior
Okay,
here.
very good. Yeah. Thinking about it long term?
I don't know. I think I enjoy theater, and I would be interested in doing it perhaps as a minor in college. I'm not ready to give up on it just yet, for
Right,
sure.
right. And they can always use help whether you're
Yes,
on the academic end of it or not.
of course.
The credits end, yeah. So at this point, I know it's early to ask this, but at this point, do you have any thoughts about what you'd like to do long term in terms of job?
Moving, I guess you could say it's a form of theater, but I'd like to be a politician, I think. I would think to major in political science. I think in many ways politics is a bit of theater, so.
Oh, absolutely, because you have to know how to present yourself. You
Yes,
have to know
very
how to
much.
sell your platform.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. More power to you. So you just answered the question about how theater helps you in other parts of your life.
Yes, absolutely. I think that theater allows you to get comfortable talking in front of people and also doing things that you're not exactly normally doing. In theater, sometimes you have to do things that normally you wouldn't do, like scenes and things like that,
Right.
and it allows you to get comfortable in front of an audience.
So this year, in all your free time, when you're done with this show, you got to come up and be one of our guest hosts on WCTV.
Absolutely, sure.
Oh, that harks us back to the good old days, right? Anyway, let's move on here. And Matthew Ryan, whose name I keep messing up. Matthew, tell us about the role you'll be playing in the show.
I'm going to be playing George Gibbs, who's the son of Daniel Lynn, who plays Dr. Gibbs. He's also Emily's love interest. So, yeah, he's a very headstrong, a little on the dumber side and athletic character. So he adds a little bit of a jockey kind of character to the show.
Cool. That's the nice thing about shows. They should have variety. The characters should have some depth and quirkiness even. So have you done like JPAC or Woody shows before?
Oh, yeah. I got into J-Pop in 6th grade. I played Ryan Evans in High School Musical, and from then on, I've done Woody's ever since 8th grade, and I've been in every show I could be.
Very good. Excellent. The kind you like to go to?
I'm obsessed with musicals. I love the fact that I know a lot of people aren't fond of it, but I love bursting out into song. I think it's so fun, and I love the dancing aspect of it. So,
What's your voice range?
I would say I'm a bass/tenor.
Cool. You have some flexibility in there too.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Same question about long range career plans at this point. I know it's early to ask.
Yeah, I have kind of had my life set out since 9th grade. I really want to go into theatrical education and teaching it and maybe directing it. And I also want to maybe go into editing movies or, and then of course the hardest would be actually going into acting in theater.
Yeah.
But yeah, for financially stable, I really want to teach it because it brings me
Right.
so much joy.
Right. And working with young energy.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Thank you, Matthew. And let's talk with Melanie. Go ahead. Introduce yourself, Melanie, and tell us about the role you're going to play.
Okay. Hi, I'm Melanie Robles. I play the role of Mrs. Webb, who is Emily's mom. She's more on the younger side. She's not as old as Mrs. Gibbs, but she's pretty, I would say she's very put together, but at the same time, she also cares a lot about her kids and her family, and it's something that she holds very dear to her heart.
Right. Have you done junior JPAC or Woody's before?
Yes, me and Matthew actually were in High School Musical together. I was the dance captain of that show, and then ever since we've been in Woody's together ever since. I've done shows such as Alice in Wonderland, Peter and the Starcatcher, and I've basically been in Woody's even to the very end during COVID, and here I am back at it again, and
Right.
it's so happy of us all being back together.
Excellent. Yeah, you guys had to make some adjustments during COVID because I remember you did the performance that was Zoom broadcast?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too with theater. You learn how to pivot and you learn how to take it as it comes.
Yeah.
Adapt as you go. Yeah. So what style of show do you like to go to?
I also really love musicals and I do love drama. Yes, I know I do like comedic reliefs and comedic shows every once in a while, but I really love shows that put a lot of heart into it. I love those emotional shows that really will have a theme, a message or something, and that I would love to cry at a show. I love it when a show will make me feel that emotional and moved, and I've always loved those types of shows, and it's one of my favorite things.
Very good. Very good. Yeah. It takes you out of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also love how like in musicals especially, there's like singing and dancing, and you can like really like kind of show like tell a story through dance or through song. And I feel like it kind of gets the right emotions across that you can't exactly get with normal words.
And I think that energy comes to the audience too, because I know when I leave a show, I feel uplifted, I feel different, I feel
Yeah.
cool, because it takes you out of the everyday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. So again, it's a little early, but do you have any plans, long-term plans, or where you might like to go to college?
I've been looking at schools either in like Massachusetts, New York, and Rhode Island. Are like my 3 favorite places in the Northeast.
Uh-huh.
I definitely want to do some like plays and musicals, whether I'm doing it as a club or maybe as a minor, if I can somehow like find a way. In the sense of like when I want to do career path-wise, I've kind of been going like bouncing from one place to one idea to another. Right now, I think I'm going to go into culinary. Like I would love to be a chef, so I'm not only going to take some like culinary classes, but I also want to do business, because then my kind of ultimate dream or like picture is one day to have my own restaurant, and then maybe even have like a speakeasy or like some performance thing where I could still perform there, so I could still have like my little theatrical part of like my dream still there.
There you go. Cabaret, have fun.
Oh my gosh.
So the theater experience helps you in other parts of your life in what way?
It's really helped me like come out of my shell. I used to like have trouble just talking to people normally like I am to you now. Like I would have trouble like starting a conversation, keeping something going. But then I've noticed that the longer I've been a part of theater, I've really noticed how like characters are so easily able to talk to each other, and it's helped me build relationship with all my friends, and it's just really helped me become stronger as like a speaker, whether I'm talking to my friends, I'm talking to my teammates for like softball because I'm an athlete too, and then it's really helped me become a better communicator in life.
Oh, cool. What position do you play?
Oh, I'm a pitcher. I play center field and a mid infielder. I'm actually trying to I'm going to try to do it all. I'm even going to try to play softball in college. So we're going to do softball, theater, you name it. We're doing everything.
Excellent. Keep busy. Keep busy. That's wonderful. Yeah, I should ask the rest of you guys, any other interests besides theater? If you want to hand that back to Matthew.
I would say besides that, it would probably, I don't know, I'm always set on that like movie aspect. I would love to just like, I'm also a part of the crew, so like I do set construction, so I would love to like be a part of the set of a movie if I'm not acting in it. So maybe like I said, the editing part of it, or just building it. I would love that.
Yeah, okay. Taylor, any other interests outside of the theater?
As I said, I'm very interested in politics, and I think that leads into like what I would say my main passion is, which is like helping people, whether that's making them smile on stage or physically talking to them, or standing up for people who can't stand up for themselves, speaking out on important political issues. That's a very strong passion of mine outside of the
Social
stage.
justice, absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm a bit of a social justice warrior. What can I say?
There you go. And this is a great place to learn how to do that and to recruit others that are feeling the same way as you in terms of let's make some progress in society.
Yes, absolutely. It's about time.
It's about time. That's right, indeed. Matthew mentioned about being possibly be a teacher. So at this point, I'd like to give credit to our Woodington Players advisor, who is Lauren Resnikov. She's going to be the director and producer of the show. And the production's creative team includes staff advisors Keith de Blasio doing set construction, right?
Yep.
Okey-doke. And Patrick Brennan doing light and sound. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's why we're recording rather outside, because light is crucial. And Joseph Fritz doing stage art advising. That's right. And Samantha Lewis is working on costume and makeup. You know what? Our town has a very simple set, correct?
Yeah,
Matthew,
absolutely.
why don't you speak a little bit about the set that people will see?
A lot of it is the actors miming what they're doing. So you will see these 2 ladders that act as almost the doors to the houses of the Gibbs and the Webb. And there will be 4 chairs around a invincible table that we will have to mime eating and drinking on. And especially Melanie, who is mom, has to mime all the things that they would do back then, like taking care of the laundry and doing the dishes. It's all mimed out, so like it brings the audience, and they really have to visualize what's going on.
Yeah, I noticed that in one of the productions I saw. I almost thought it was too spare, but that's where you bring your talents as actors in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'd like to point out that the play was written in 1938 by, come on, Thornton Wilder.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There you go. Yeah, it's hard to believe that the play's been around and successful for that long,
I know.
because Mr. Wilder clearly tapped into hi geese. Mr. Wilder clearly tapped into a very human element that is like eternal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You look like you want to say something.
Yeah, actually, that's, I think, what I wanted to bring up when you said something like that is like, I was thinking as I was just trying to find my motivation as a character, because my character is the storyteller of the story. I think that I'm very motivated to tell this eternal part. I have actually a monologue, a little sneak peek about that eternal part of just life, and I think that the reason why this play is so timeless, even though it does take place in 1901 and things of that sort, is that life element. And I think the fact that it is in the past emphasizes the fact that whether it's 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 100 years in the future, 1,000 years in the future, we all still have those basic wants, needs, ambitions, pleasures,
Right.
things of
And
that sort.
I think I'd like to, you'll have it in the program notes, I'm sure, but the fact that the play takes place over the course of 12
Yes.
years.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a lot of time element development and character development in the play.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel
Yeah.
like coming of age.
Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely a coming of age story, and
Yeah.
it takes you through the most important parts of life very quickly.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and ditto here at the high school. It'll be you'll be seniors before you know it, and out in the big wide world. And
Time definitely does fly.
Indeed, indeed. Speaking of time flying, I appreciate the time you've given us now. I know that you have to go back in and rehearse. We're going to get some pictures of the cast and some of the decorations in the school. So thank you for your time.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
for having
much.
us.
Really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it. The show Our Town is going to be presented at Westwood Regional High School in Washington Township in Campbell Hall on November 11, 12, and 13. You can go to the school website and look at the poster for information on how to get tickets.
All right, I am Ms. Resnikoff. I'm the advisor for the Woodington Players, and I am the director and producer for our show, Our Town, written by Thornton Wilder. We are so excited to be back and doing our fall play on November 11th, 12th, and 13th at 7 p.m. This is a really interesting show, and it's a very mature show. Our high schoolers have done such a nice job creating the characters, creating the scene work. It's a play in 3 acts, the first act being daily life, the second act being love and marriage, and the third act being the afterlife. There are a lot of really deep and neat themes that come with this. As both a theater and English teacher, I love the writing in particular of the show, and I'm really excited that we get to put this up and show it to audiences.
I don't know why on earth I should be crying. I suppose there's nothing to cry about. came over me at breakfast this morning. There was Emily eating her breakfast as she's done for 17 years. And now she's going off to eat it in someone else's house. I suppose that's it. And Emily, she suddenly says, I can't eat another mouthful. And she put her head down on the table and she cried. Oh, I've got to say it. There's something downright cruel about sending our girls out into marriage this way. I hope some of her girlfriends have told her a thing or two. It's cruel, I know, but I couldn't bring myself to say anything. I went into it blind as a bat myself. The whole world's wrong. That's what's the matter. There they come.
Hey, George, George, look at him, fellas. He looks scared to death. Yo! Come on, George, don't look so innocent, you old geezer. We know what you're thinking. Don't disgrace the team, big boy.
All right. That's enough of that. That'll do. There used to be a whole lot of that kind of things in the old days, Rome and later. We're more civilized now. So they say.
What's the matter?
Ma, I don't want to grow old. Why is everybody pushing me so?
George, you wanted it?
No, Ma, listen to me.
No, George. You're a man now.
Ma, for the last time I ask you, well, all I want to do is be a fella.
George! Why anybody should hear you, I'm ashamed of you.
What? Where's Emily?
George, you gave me such a turn.
Cheer up, Ma, I'm getting married.
Oh, let me catch my breath a minute.
Say, Ma, you say Thursday nights. Emily and I are coming over every Thursday night for dinner. You'll see. Ma, what are you crying for? Come on, we gotta get ready for this.
I've never felt so alone in all my life. And George over there looking so... I hate him. I wish I were dead. Papa.
Emily, now don't get upset.
But Papa, I don't want to get married.
Emily, everything is gonna be all right.
Why can't I stay for a while, just as I am? Let's go away.
No, Emily, now stop and think a minute.
Don't you remember that you used to say? All the time you used to say. All the time that I was your girl. There must be lots of places we could go to. I'll work for you. I could keep house.
No, Emily, you mustn't think such things. You're just nervous. George, will you come here a minute? Well, you're marrying the best young fellow in the world. George's a fine fellow.
But Papa...
I'm giving you my daughter, George. Do you think that you can take care of her?
Mr. Webb, I want to try. Emily, I'm gonna do my best. I love you, Emily. I need you.
Well, if you love me, help me. All I want is someone to love me.
I will, Emily. I'll try.
And I mean forever, do you hear? Forever and ever.
Come, they're waiting for us. Now, you know everything is going to be okay. Come quick.
Do you, George, take Emily to be your wedded wife? To have
A perfectly lovely wedding. Loveliest wedding I ever saw. Oh, I do love a good wedding, don't you? Doesn't she make a lovely bride? Oh.
I do.
And do you, Emily, take George to be your wedded husband?
Don't know what I've been to such a lovely wedding, but I always cry. Don't know why it is, but I always cry. I just love to see young people happy, don't you? Oh, I think it's lovely.
The ring.
Oh.
I've married over 200 couples in my day. Do I believe in it? I don't know. The go-kart, the Sunday afternoon drives in the Ford, the first rheumatism, the grandchildren, the second rheumatism, the deathbed, the reading of the will. Once in 1,000 times. It's interesting. Well, let's have
march.
Aren't they a lovely couple? I've never been to such a nice wedding. I'm sure they'll be happy. That's what I always say. Happiness. That's the great thing. The important thing is to be happy. That's all for the second act, folks. See you in 10 minutes.
Hi, I'm Grace De Leon, and I'm co-chief for lighting, and I help light the show.
I'm Andrew Choco. I'm also co-chief of lighting. I sit here at board and manage cues. Mainly, we shuffle through the lights on stage. Yeah.
We run the lights together?
We run lights together. We alternate between operating the board and when to actually cue up the next group of lights on the stage. And then, since we're co-chiefs together, we also manage the spots, who are responsible for making the actors individually look pretty.
Hi, I'm Christian Vicente. I'm the stage manager, and I keep everything in check, really. I help with lights, help with sounds, help with props, help with the sets. I help out wherever I can, really, and just try to keep everyone happy and keep everyone safe. This is the first show I'm a stage manager, but I've been an assistant stage manager for about a year or 2 years.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jenna Visic. I'm 11th grade here, and I do the spotlights for the play.
Jenna, tell us a little bit, have you been involved with other productions?
This is my first year doing something for the play. I just wanted to help out really bad.
Well, helping out is important, especially when you're working the spots.
Yes.
Yeah, make those actors and actresses look good. So let's see here. The things that you plan to do in the future, do you have an eye on any college or plans for future jobs?
Well, one idea I was thinking of was doing something in film at the University of Manchester in England. Yeah, I thought that'd be really fun. I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, there you go. Big Brother's in New Hampshire, but you're going to New England?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So how does this kind of theater experience help you in other areas of your life?
Well, I was thinking if I went to do film, it would really help if I was involved in the play and things like that, because that would probably be useful later on.
It helps to know all the jobs and all the nuts and bolts. You know, people can look down on, high school, but you get a chance to do everything and see everything, how it comes together. That's great. When you go to a show, what kind of shows do you like? A musical, a drama, comedy?
I like either a musical or a comedy. I think those are really fun.
Do you do any other activities here at the high school, like sports or anything else?
I do field hockey and lacrosse for the school.
It's good to keep busy.
Yeah.
That'll do it. Thanks, Jenna. I appreciate your comments.
No problem. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, in the springtime we do a fall play, we do a spring musical. Our spring musical this year is Disney's The Little Mermaid, which the kids are thrilled about. It is a classic and a fan favorite as far as Disney princesses go. The music is excellent, and we are really excited to also bring that to the stage as our first full musical since we were shut down with Cinderella. So we're really excited to bring audiences under the sea and to bring those familiar characters to life on stage.
Since we'll be on theme for Little Mermaid, which is coming up next season, we'll do like an under the sea little thing.
So you want to start?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see, where should I start? The fish on the land ain't happy.
Start from the beginning.
Okay. The seaweed is always greener in somebody else's lake. You dream about going up there, but that is a big mistake. Just look at the world around ya, right here on the ocean floor. Such wonderful things around ya. What more is you looking for? Under the sea, under the sea.
Darling, it's better down where it's wetter, take it from me. Up on the shore they work all day, out in the sun they slave away, while we're devoting full time to floating under the sea.
Yay! Well, sneak peek of musical.
I'm Emily Kratzer, and this has been a special presentation of WCTV, the all-volunteer public access station from the Township of Washington, today from Westwood Regional High School in Washington Township. We want to remind you that you can see our shows on FiOS Channel 24, Optimum Channel 77, and on the local BTV app that is available throughout the metropolitan area. I want to thank Ida for being on camera today. Hope you'll join us in other shows.